So we've got some comments here. Not everyone who wins Olympic medal is on drugs. Not everyone who wins an Olympic medal is on drugs. I guess depends what sport you're talking about. Depends what sport you're talking about. And what's your definition of drugs? Because you can take a shitload of stuff and be full legal. You can take a lot of stuff and be under the therapeutic use exemption form. You can take testosterone of many kinds. You can take modafinil, Adderall, these fucking hardcore stimulants. You can take salbutamol, which is an asthma, so it's a vasodilator for your lungs, etc. So just increase your aerobic capacity with some salbutamol. You can take cortisone. You do a cortisone injection, you're like, zinging. You can take thyroid medication so you can get really fucking cut and lean, but have still a lot of energy. And then your testosterone's high as well. So you're just a super lightweight, pumped up fucking athlete. So if you're a runner, a boxer, a cyclist, cross-country skier, and you're using thyroid meds, cortisone, testosterone, salbutamol, Adderall, plus caffeine and maybe some Sudafeds, and it's all legal, you're not going to take it? And then you've got the other stuff that's not even detectable. EPO, hardly detectable if you're smart about it. Human growth hormone, pretty much undetectable. Blood doping, pretty much undetectable. And even the testosterone one is sort of, it's a bit of a joke, because even if you have your therapeutic use exemption form, so you can take legally take testosterone. You can legally take steroids and be a pro athlete, a champion. You can be a champion on the podium with the Olympic gold around him and say, I don't take drugs. Well, I do, but I've got a form for it. And you don't have to tell anyone. And all the sporting federations know what you're on, but they can't say nothing because it's a medical condition. It's a medical condition. So the public is pretty much, most people don't have a fucking clue. Another comment is, and now, firstly, if you're taking drugs, I don't think you're a bad person. I'm just sharing my opinion here. I don't think anyone's bad. I understand why people, when it's your career, all right. So you're 20 something, you got a baby, you got a bit of a mortgage, or you want to move out of your shithole house into something better, and you got your wife or your husband, or whatever, and you got some talent. You're 25. You've been doing competitive sport for 20 fucking years. You started doing little athletics when you were 5 years old, or racing BMX when you're 5 years old. You got some talent. You've been training your fucking ass off for 20 years. And you're fucking still broke. And you're sitting back and you're thinking, fuck, man, how do I get out of this situation? And you got talent. You know how to fucking apply yourself. And you got a teammate, or you see someone, you're thinking, fuck, man, when I was racing that fucker, I was smoking them. And now they're smoking everyone. And now they're driving a fucking Porsche. They're driving a fucking Ferrari. Their fucking faces on a billboard. How the fuck did that happen? I know how it happened. They got a good doctor. So what are you going to do? What the fuck are you going to do? Understand that's reality for a lot of people. Not everyone's got rich parents or making YouTube videos and getting cash that way or whatever. Alright? Some people out there have a different situation. Some people might be coming from a poor economy, maybe Kenya or Russia or Kazakhstan or whatever, Ethiopia, and they're thinking, this is not about like, can I get the latest iPhone or whatever? This is like, how the fuck do I escape poverty? What's my choice? All right, so I don't think anyone's bad if that's what they choose to do. That's not something that I want to put myself in position of being in that situation. But I can definitely relate. Another comment here is, it's always the same argument. If I can't do it or someone else can do it a lot better than someone else, it means he must be on the gear. You all have been brainwashed by people who have the same jealous views as you. If not, you've been converted into thinking like this, all for their own gain. Very sad, really. Not everyone does gear at the highest level. I'll tell you what. This person who wrote this has NFI. No fucking idea. They've never been at some sporting federation, at the Institute of Sport or whatever. They've never been behind the scenes with some of the world's best coaches. They've never trained with some of the fittest athletes on the planet. They wouldn't have a fucking clue. They've probably never even been fit. They've probably done a fun run and call themselves an elite athlete or whatever. And that's fine. Doesn't make them a bad person. But I can't expect them to understand what we're trying to say here if they have never seen what's in it. It's sort of like, what's in the can? Let's have a look. I know what's in the can, and I'll show it to anyone else is in the can. They'll know, but unless you've seen what's in the fucking can, you don't know what's in the fucking can. So I can say whatever, and you'll go, oh, it's not, because you haven't seen it. Once you see it, you'll be like, oh, fuck. Wow. No shit, man, you were fucking right. Lance Armstrong, he started racing when he was 5 years old, or 6 years old. He trained full time. He dropped out of school. He was a full-time professional athlete at age like 15. He was keeping up with pro triathletes and even beating some of them at a 15-year-old. Can you imagine being a professional athlete, triathlete, and some teenager rocks up, kicks your ass, or just finishes a little bit behind you? You're like, what the fuck? Where did you come from? So you got Lance Armstrong, super talent, super focused. People say, Lance just works harder than everyone else. And that's true. He also took a shitload of drugs. People are just like, people want to believe in fairy tales because I think if they knew the truth, they'd be like, oh, we live in a fairy tale world with meat. Meat's like processed and wrapped and perfumed, and you pick it up and you're like, oh, it's not, it's like picking up a fucking whatever. We disconnect people from the truth to keep them, so we can commodify everything. We have Hollywood and drama and all this like distractions. So people can just keep going on. We used to have slaves, now we have workers. The Olympics, man. Do you really think the Olympic governing bodies or whatever really want to destroy the illusion going on? Do you think they want to get their high-profile athletes, where people fly all around the world to go and watch the champion athletes? Do you think they're really going to want to bust them? Can you think of a champion athlete who's been busted at Olympic Games in history? Let me think. Never! All the top athletes, they never got caught. They owned up. Lance Armstrong never got caught. He owned up. Marion Jones, he owned up. Ben Johnson, that was an interesting one. He wasn't a real favourite. Carl Lewis was a favourite. But there's so much evidence out there. There's so much stories and truth and talk to coaches and stuff. People don't have an idea what's going on. But today there's so much money invested in the Olympics and these top level things. You don't want it. What are you going to do, man? You going to kick yourself out of your job for the truth? Who the fuck's going to do that? Who the fuck is going to do that? Probably a bum like me who doesn't care what he wears, just wears any whatever. But reality is, man, people want fucking money, man. People want the cash to live the comfort, to get the fucking Lambo, bro. And people are just delusional if they think that's not the truth, not the case. Around 27,000 kids today will die from starvation under age 5. That's how cutthroat fucking world we live in. So if you think a champion athlete who's got the option to make millions and they wouldn't take drugs to get there, you're fucking delusional. Performance-enhancing drugs, from all the experts who say, give at least 20 to 10%, between 10 and 20% gain. 10 and 20% gain. Basically, they're saying, if you don't take it, you won't make it at the highest level. I'm not talking, just whatever. I'm talking household fucking names. If you don't take it, you won't fucking make it. That's the truth, my friends. That's just how it is. Doesn't make anyone a bad person. But as soon as you understand something, you can see it from what it is. And just lastly, one more that was pretty amusing, one more comment. Please do tell me what you think these drugs do that cannot be done naturally. Regulations on banning certain substances are not only there to keep the competition fair, but more importantly, keep athletes safe. You talk of drugs as if you can just take drugs and you suddenly become stronger, faster, or smarter. Do you know why I do? Because you fucking do, man. If you take testosterone, you become stronger. If you take EPO, you can breathe harder. You can put more oxygen to your cells. You can't do that fucking naturally at that level. These people have just got no idea. 10 to 20 fucking %. So if you can run 30 minutes for 10,000 meters, you get on a full program, you're running 27s. 3 fucking minutes. That's 10% gain. People are just delusional thinking, it's just hard work. It's hard work, man. It's fucking hard work. But the drugs let you work harder and do more. What's the Olympic motto? Higher, longer, stronger, whatever. It should be EPO, testosterone, growth hormone, insulin, blood doping, and we'll catch a few scapegoats. If you get the drug tests are a joke. The drug tests are out there to catch a few scapegoats who are lazy or slack or whatever, or who couldn't afford better quality drugs. And that's how the industry works, man. A few scapegoats get busted. We're doing our job to make the Olympics clean. And our high-profile athletes, which are the draw cards, which sell the fucking tickets, it's 2014, all right? Money fucking talks. And we don't want to destroy the image of all the stuff that's going on in cycling. We want to keep it. Well, that's cycling. The Olympics is clean. So they're not going to, never ever going to bust any high-pro athlete now. Ben Johnson, they learned a lot from that. Because the TV shows are going, well, we don't want to fucking put money in this. Clean the shit up. Make it tighter. Well, don't clean it up, but just make it tighter. Make the illusion better. Put some CGI into it. Put some CGI into it. Make it appear really magical more than it really is. It's a lot of hard work. You're not going to get to that level without a lot of hard work and talent and genetics. If you want to get to the highest level, it's hard work, talent, genetics, mindset, drugs. Shitloads of fucking drugs. Again, if you don't take it, you won't make it at the highest level.